power, and the Western Hemisphere is now a safer place to be. All right, let's bring back in CTV military analyst and retired Major General David Fraser. Mr. Fraser, your reaction, what stood out to you there?
Well, it was a masterful, display of communications. I thought the Secretary of War and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, excellent briefing on what the details were. And this was, let's face it, it was a complex, well-planned, amazing intelligence, and just quite flawless execution to get the two people that they were after, and not to lose any equipment, any American, service members and whatnot. There were Venezuelan casualties, which they didn't talk about, but they went in there heavy, and they got those people out. So I think tactically it was something to, they got a lot to be proud of, and it was, they gave an awful lot of information there. Strategically, I mean, we've just seen Trump talk about his Western Hemisphere aspirations. It's now a reality. He's talking about resources are now going to be tied to national security. And if there are resources that they want or feel that they have been abused of, they're going to go in there and take them. And the other thing is, the United States is going to run Venezuela until there's a transition. Who's going to do it? The Secretary of War, the Secretary of State, and people yet to be named. American oil companies are going into Venezuela. They're going to run that oil industry, and they're going to sell that oil on the international stage and take the money and put it back into the U.S. coffers. This is a game changer today, and Trump is riding high on the wave right now about what he's doing. But other countries on notice: Colombia, Cuba, and anyone else in the world. If you've got resources that the U.S. wants, you better watch it, because as Rubio said, this is a president of action.
Now, we heard the U.S. will run Venezuela until a proper transition of power takes place. What do you think that will look like?
It's a great question, and it's not going to be the opposition leader. He said she's a lovely person, but she doesn't have the support. The vice president right now has called them and said, whatever you want, you're going to take. So I suspect there are going to be some handpicked people that will be put into place there. In the meantime, the Secretary of War, the Commerce Secretary, all the major cabinet members will be playing a key role in administrating and working through proxies and into the government that's there right now. And the people who are on the ground left in the bureaucracy, if they actually cross this administration, they're going to find themselves on the short end of a stick. It's going to be used heavy-handedly. The other thing I took away was that U.S. Congress had no role to play in this. They're completely out of the game. As Trump said, they are a sieve. They cannot hold a secret. So again, this is going to be run from the cabinet. It's going to be run out of the White House, and it's going to be run principally, probably through bureaucrats that in the cabinet, but more importantly, by oil executives. You're going to go down there and run the country, and it's going to be running the country to put money into the coffers of the United States.
Yes. What did you make of that when Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying that, this wasn't something that we could just go and let Congress know about and have them debate it, that would sort of blow the entire cover? Is that the correct course of action?
So much for democracy. You've got a Senate, you've got a Congress. They were elected by the people. They have no say. Absolutely no say right now. You've got a president that was elected, and the separation of power that was invested in the Constitution just seems to be thrown to the side. This is exactly what the president wants to do, and the Secretary of State. If you're and Rubio came out of the Congress. So I mean, if you're a congressman today or a senator today, on either party, you're probably not very happy, because what role do you have to play now? Because it's what the White House and what the Secretary of State decides what you're going to be told and informed about what's happening, and probably at the same time as CNN's going to be informed.
What is the next major development that you are expecting or watching for?
Well, right now, two things. One is, the arraignment of, Maduro and his wife will be, front page, and everyone's going to be watching that one on Monday. The second thing, though, is who's going to be the administration that's going to run the country, including what oil companies actually get the nod from President Trump to make a lot of money going back in there. And finally, are we going to see some boots on the ground inside of Venezuela? Trump said he'll probably put boots on the ground to protect the oil companies and that oil infrastructure. So I'll be watching for those three things.
All right, Major General, thank you very much for this. You've been with us through this update and provided a very comprehensive analysis. Thank you once again for being here. Great chatting with you.